the young chairman of the committee is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for convening this very important hearing. If Congress were to move the PACE into SIGI, what other agencies would SIGI work with to utilize these capabilities to prevent improper payments, not just pay and chase? For instance, how would you coordinate with the financial integrity systems at the U.S. Treasury, such as Do Not Pay?
We've already met with the Assistant Secretary there, specifically to discuss that very potential. I think it should be inside SIGI. Currently, the PRAC is inside SIGI, so it's sort of technically inside SIGI now. The expansion, we believe, should be inside SIGI as well, but we would work with anyone and everyone on that.
One of the most significant concerns with any government-wide data analytics platform is security data, which any expansion of the PACE would create. SIGI has never overseen the protection of data on that scale. Why should Congress trust SIGI is the best positioned to protect the data?
Well, we're doing it now with the PACE, frankly, and I think we have the capability to do it on a grander scale. These are systems that many IGs already have access to individually. So what this would do is, I think, make it more efficient by making it in one central spot that the other IGs can go to.
Let's shift gears now. What due process protections exist for a subject of an IC investigation?
Many. In fact, I think it's got far more than the vast majority of investigations.
Is there any recourse in the courts for an individual who believes their due process rights have been violated by the IC?
I don't know the answer to that question. I would leave that to the courts.
We need the answer to that question, if you can.
Yes, sir.
Each month, the committee receives a notification of every investigation that has gone beyond the 30-day and 150-day period. Most recently, this includes 6 investigations, which has surpassed the 150-day period, 4 of which are from 2022 or earlier. Is it acceptable to have investigations open for 2, 3, or even 4 years?
No, sir. That is a massive problem for us, but I would say that it takes 2 to tango on an investigation. It could be slow investigators, but it also could be subjects that refuse to turn over materials.
I completely understand and agree with that.
Right. I mean, Congress knows both parties in both directions for years, has dealt with these very similar types of issues. So it takes 2 to tango. And so I would say the Integrity Committee over the years has had some large and investigations that take a long time. And a consistent theme through many of them is OIGs that are not cooperating with the investigation. And frankly, if agency heads did the same thing as some of these IGs, and we reported that to Congress, you all, I hope, on a bipartisan basis, would be howling mad.
Well, don't get me started on that. We've requested a lot of your information. We know, I'm sure it's already been discussed. There are several, especially when you talk about cigar and that, there's lots of IGs that aren't getting information from this administration. This administration's doing everything it can to prevent certain IGs from doing their job. But what I'm asking about, if an IG is engaged in wrongdoing, then SIGI and the IC need to provide it to Congress in an expedited way. We should not have IGs who have engaged in wrongdoing still in office. But if an IG has not engaged in wrongdoing, SIGI and the IC need to close those investigations now. We should not have an opaque investigation tainting an IG office's work product for 4 years. Wouldn't you agree?
I would absolutely agree with you, sir. And I would note that, Mr. Connolly, I think under your leadership, recently in the last Congress, we pushed through what's called a 7-day letter. Congress pushed through what's called a 7-day letter, which gives the Integrity Committee the ability to act faster in those very situations, sir.
So what are you doing to ensure the IC gets these investigations done in a timely manner?
Again, I think we need mechanisms to ensure that IGs are cooperating with IC investigations. They would move much, much faster. That is a consistent theme with the slower investigations. And it is,
Well, and I'll conclude with this, my time's expired, but we need more cooperation from you all. We need more communication because, we depend on the IGs. To have successful oversight, we have to have a great working relationship and trust and confidence in the IGs. And when there's a breakdown of communication with the IGs, or when there's a suspicion of wrongdoing or mistrust with the IGs or with the SIGI, I mean, that's a problem for oversight. So, Mr. Chairman, again, thank you for this hearing, and I yield back.
Distinguished gentleman, I'm going to come to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Distinguished gentleman yields back his time. Distinguished gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Conley.